and welcome back to my channel. We have to discuss the Harry and Meghan Markle interview, the bombshell interview, and some of the uncharacteristic parts of it, some of the parts of it that absolutely infuriated me, understanding royal protocol. Oh, okay, first off, I'm a history buff, so I understand most royal protocol, right down to the act that Meghan talks about that gives her son the HRH title the second the queen is, no longer alive, when she's yeeted this earth. But let's just start from the beginning. The fact that people don't understand some basics about this kind of drive me crazy. Okay, so Princess Diana talked about when she had mental health issues, feeling isolated, alone, and not getting help from the firm. For anyone who doesn't know, the firm that's the royal family. And the people that handle them and manage them, because it would be bad optics. And they let Princess Diana suffer to the point, and her kids saw her suffering and struggling and having an eating disorder and being depressed. They saw all of that firsthand. Meghan was having suicidal thoughts, and when she went to the people that are supposed to protect her, they told her that it was bad optics, and she basically just had to deal with it. They were willing to let Meghan Markle die for some freaking optics. That is beyond horrible to me. And that they have a history of doing that. They cannot push mental health agendas while allowing members of their own family to have suicidal thoughts and not get treated for it. Then they controlled her life and her aspect under the condition of, you trade this, we give you this. And that was to protect her. But yet they let stories circulate around. Like, prime example was the one that she mentioned, where for months everybody was talking about how Meghan Markle made dear precious Kate cry over bridesmaid dresses. When it comes to find out, everybody within the firm, everybody within that area knew that it was the other way around. They knew, and they still threw Meghan Markle under the bus to protect Kate. And they don't have to do that. They don't even remotely come close to have to do that. They made that active choice. They could have come out and said, no, that's not what happened. They didn't have to throw Kate under the bus. They didn't have to throw Meghan under the bus. They could have just denied the story ever happened, and it would have eventually gone away. But the fact that they didn't deny it and they allowed it to be pushed, allowed that story to grow and blossom and be just terrible. And the comment section of those articles were terrible. And it wasn't just that. There was a whole bunch of British press where, like, the infamous avocado incident where she's eating avocados, Meghan's damaging the planet, Kate's managing morning sickness. But that's not even the worst parts of this entire interview. The most infuriating part, and the part that made me stop and go, what the, you pieces of garbage, was when she was pregnant with Archie, who, by the way, is a beautiful baby boy. If you've ever seen pictures of him, he's so cute and just, But, there was a discussion that they were worried about how dark his skin was going to be. And because of that, they tried to circumvent a law that entitles this beautiful baby boy to his rightful birthright of HRH, His Royal Highness. And what that law basically states that they're trying to change is the children of the monarch and the grandchildren of the monarch immediately get that HRH title. That is why you see Prince William, Prince Harry, Prince Philip, you have Princess Eugenia, Princess Beatrice. That's all because they're entitled by the law to have that title. And they wanted to change it, to take it away from the first mixed race child in the royal family, after discussing how they were concerned about his skin tone. And I'm going to remind you and the royal family of something. Queen Charlotte was of the Moors. And anyone who studied history and knows who the Moors are, they were black. There is black genes running all up and through that royal family through Princess Charlotte. So, again, Princess Charlotte was a Moor. The Moors were black. So, maybe take your racism and shove it up your... I'm just saying, you do not take a child's birthright away simply because you're worried about how dark their skin is going to be. And there's a lot of speculation on who it might be. And people are trying to say that it's Kate and William. I'm not so sure about that. I don't entirely know where they stand in all of this. I know that he's not talking to them. But remember that Harry hadn't talked to his father in quite some time. While he's still talking to the Queen and he speaks nicely somewhat about his brother, and Meghan was like, you don't have to hate Kate. The one person being left out of all of this is Camilla Parker Bowles and Charles. So I'm thinking it was one of those two, if not both, because Charles has more control over the monarchy now than the Queen does. He's tried to shrink down the monarchy, and he has been given more and more duty as the Queen ages, and I would think if that decision were to come down from anywhere, it would definitely come down from Charles. I can't confirm it, but they wanted the world to know that it wasn't the Queen, that they still talk to the Queen, that they have a great relationship with the Queen, that the Queen even shared a blanket with Meghan. So everyone that's thinking it's the Queen, it definitely wasn't the Queen. She could have done something to stop it, and she needs to step in and do a better job at protecting her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, so we don't have repeated processes and history doesn't keep repeating itself. But the fact that they wanted to deny this child simply because he comes of mixed race origin, I will remind these morons that Moors were black. Queen Charlotte was a Moor. They even named one of the daughters of freaking William Charlotte. The mind-bogglingly stupidity behind this is ugh. And then my heart breaks for both Meghan and Harry because the sadness that you see in their experiences, in their conversations. Harry so desperately loves his family. You can see that even though they have been treated like complete and total trash, he still loves his family, even though he talks about the implicit biases that many of us talk about that we don't realize exist given our skin tone and we learn through horrible eye-opening experiences. He still loves his family. He still loves his grandmother and his dad, and he talks about how they feel trapped and how, I mean, he tries to make excuses for them, and he tries to you can just see the sadness, and you can see Meghan's sadness. You can see how sad they genuinely are from this experience, and it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking to watch. But then you see them together, and it's so cute. They own chickens. She rescued chickens. How can you not like someone who rescued chickens? She has chickens in her backyard, and it's called Archie's Chicken Inn or something. I think it's called Archie's Chicken Inn. It's so cute. It's so normal and family-oriented. And the way the media portrays them is just awful. And they're really missing out on somebody here. Because Meghan would have been a real asset, and not because of the color of her skin. That is an added bonus because that gives more diversity into the royal family and very good representation. And I love the way she explains representation. She does an excellent, and I do mean excellent job of explaining the importance of representation throughout the world, especially for people of color. But the fact that she is everything they would want in a royal. She is classy. She is smart. She is articulate. She is well-read. She comes off as graceful. These are all things that people love to say about Kate Middleton, and that they praise Kate Middleton for, and they say is such an asset. Why? Why, if it is such an asset in Kate Middleton, is it not in Meghan Markle? Because again, she is all of those things and more. She's also kind, relatable, funny. But yet, y'all want to trash her. And the comment sections that I'm seeing in places where they're like, she's lying and I won't believe it until Harry says it. And then you say, well, Harry said that conversation about their baby's skin tone was an actual thing. And then people are like, well, they have to be kind of worried about it. I mean, look at the imaging of having a black child in the royal family. Thank you for proving 3 comments in you're racist. Thank you for making the obvious more obvious. Like, the comment sections and some of these things are driving me crazy. I genuinely feel bad for them, but at the same time, there are moments of just pure adorableness. When they announce they're having a girl and the excitement Harry gives, you announce it, no, you know, they're definitely a loving couple. I don't care what anyone says. They're not manipulated into being together. He could have, at any point, not gotten married, not had children with her, not had a second baby that they're excited about. I know that that doesn't fit into the image that you want and the image that you're trying to make of Meghan Markle, but again, she is not y'all's punching bag. Archie is not supposed to be denied his birthright, and yes, the HRH title is kind of stupid, but it comes with certain things that are important, and being the first mixed child of the royal family, of this, branch of the royal family, is huge, and it puts his life in danger. And the fact that they're like, he'll be fine, no big deal. There are active threats to kill that child out there. People want to kill him and Meghan all the time and drag Harry back to England. There's entire message boards devoted to it, which is creepy within itself. So of course the threat still exists. Of course they needed security. It's a whole bunch of... But I did enjoy watching them as a couple. I did enjoy seeing that they are very good together, and it is not our place to judge. But we should be holding the royal family accountable, because while they're protecting people like Prince Andrew, they're letting a gem like Meghan Markle waste away, which is... It's a race thing. It's a total race thing. And I can't explain how angry I was when they mentioned the fact that they were worried about Archie being too dark. Archie is their son, their grandson, their nephew, their great-grandson, their great-nephew. You should not care about the color of that child's skin. It is not about optics. It is about showing a child who had no choice about being born in the world that they are welcomed and they are loved, no matter who or what they look like. So, that's my thoughts on that, and I will see y'all later.